Cross series. And in today's video, a big change happens. France wants to expand. Commune of France, right? Commune of France wants to expand, right? So they demand Germany withdrawal from Alsace-Lorraine and former French areas, withdrawal from the Saarland, give them Wallonia from Belgium, and give them parts of Spain. Germany rejects it, and France gets angry, and they get back into it. And well, France's threats get worse and worse. With Japan, as we know, has been struggling their war into China, but has been making massive gains in the south and in the north. And they started a new offensive headed from Taiwan, and this actually is a success. And while they start gaining more lands, and they do it like this, although they get stuck there with Chinese resistance strong. And while up here, they started a new front in the center of it to move forwards. And as you can see, this war is pretty much a stalemate at this point. And China makes some counter-offensives against that and against the rest of the front. And over here too, against Japan and allies. But France marches troops at midnight. At midnight on this day. Two areas that also got colored commune but aren't. And now, I don't know how that happened, but as you can see, enters Alsace-Lorraine without declaring war. Their troops march across the border into German territory with a lot. So Germany calls this pact to war. With like Portugal, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Ukraine, their puppets, Hungary, all to war. And France is like, what? You think you can beat me? You really do? That's kind of sweet. As they call in their allies, and then they call in the big bear, big elephant in the room, Russia and, what's it called? Mongolia. With Germany at this point unable to push back right away because they still need to get more troops. With France moving into Belgium and Netherlands, their goal is to get two stalemates. Eventually, they achieve a stalemate in the Italian peninsula and the German front, as they are hoping not to establish one on the Iberian front. With them quickly pushing in to lands. With Spain pushing them back, but France is already advancing fast into them. With France's front line like that, as they start moving down from the north towards Madrid, which they successfully encircle it and take it, as this becomes known as the First Front. Well, Portugal is in trouble now, with them continuing the fight from their colonial areas. Despite the fact France just steamrolled Iberia. And well, here, they steamroll this Portuguese colony, and Germany can probably take out South Africa. But at first, they push into Portugal, who took a lot of land from them, and they claimed that it was illegal when they turned communist. Well, maybe. With Britain still haven't picked the side to support, though there will be an event to bring them in, I guess we could do. And while with South Africa advancing rapidly, let's see what Russia does. Russia quickly marches into Belarus. Wait, why is there blue on their side of the border? This besides. As they start moving into the Baltic puppets and the Belarusian puppet. And they start moving into the Ukrainian puppet. With a goal of basically taking Ukraine back. With Ukraine fighting harsh. All the freedom fighters except Belarus, who doesn't even know anything, I guess. Belarus collapses first, with most of these areas being poor, with the Russian front having 2 fronts. Oh, wait, you mean 3 fronts? With Russia advancing deeper into Finland. But eventually a stalemate's met when they meet the Finnish fighters. With Portugal, with help of Germany, the German African forces start decimating the South African cross-offensive. But now into South Africa, these forces don't do as well. Although I guess South Africa probably has one thing going for it. And what is it? Probably anti-colonization. With them moving in on multiple fronts. In the north, some of the oppressed groups join with the Germans in the idea that they will not take this country over. With South Africa getting quickly kicked back to its core territory, as the front lines in Europe are starting to stabilize. Now their advances here start slowing a bit as they manage to take Cape Town. And while at this point, South Africa has nothing left for it and surrenders. Now that doesn't mean anything is good either. With France now focusing on taking out Morocco. With the German Navy able to compete with the British. This could easily go bad. With the Iberian colony being decimated quickly. As I know, to do this would be very important. With them trying to take out the Netherlands, France does, as they start kicking Germany back. But not enough that Germany surrenders. Now Italy starts getting pushed back, as Italy is a weak puppet. Now Bulgaria may not be such. And remember, some of these are not actually puppets anymore, because most of them get... With Ukraine in trouble, because Russia's stomping over it. But the morale of the Germans are not too low, as they haven't lost too much. And while they managed to push the French back away from Hamburg and back to the Rhine area. So France doesn't have as much good as it wants. And while it looks like there's a chance Japan could join the red team against them. But Japan's unlikely, as they're already fighting a big front. Oh, who am I kidding? That's not like Japan at this time. And well, they decide to take out all the... Germany sees this weak nation and is like, well, maybe we should attack them before it's too late. Which is agreed upon by the people, think this is a good idea. Is it really? Britain wants to get rid of communist France, so it is possible that France joins it. But still unlikely. With them moving into this area. Into this country. What is it? Country? Well, I don't know. With the communist France deciding to go to war with France. A Republic of France. Which goes really well for them, especially in the northern part of this front. Which literally Britain and allies in their pact decide to join the war on the side of the Germans due to this. This isn't going to be the turning point yet. Because, well, at this point in the war, it's not really enough to turn the tides. And while France eventually collapses, which has got the communists a start as they start moving into the Libyan colony, which isn't good. The Commune League is doing good as they move down and take like the rest of... They start taking the rest of Turkey. Turkey's starting to fall apart. Although at this point, they have the advantage, which will be the Middle East League may not be their friends, but there's Arabs they could, like, free, so they're starting to be more pro the German League. With the American Defense League favoring the Germans over the other group, and while the Imperial Pact favors Japan and the red team. But, like, they're in a bit of trouble. With Germany pushing the Russians back in the invasion of their puppets, but they're pretty much doing most of what they can do. With Germany able to continue the war if they do lose major territories, because, well, they're such a big country, I guess, and they have Britain's support. So they could probably fight for a longer time. Germany may dominate the colonies, but the colonies are more likely to join with them due to the fact they want to expand. With Germany's navy securing major areas. But, like, due to this, they're the ones in the advantage. Japan is more favorable to the red team along with the Imperial League. The Western Alliance, led by the US, is likely to join the blue team, and these countries would likely join the blue team. Because, well, it's in their best interests. Well, then again, that's how wars work. Is it in your best interest? If not, they don't join the war. Countries don't. And that's pretty much all for today's video. And we will continue World War II in the next video. Can Germany win? Can Germany kick the commies out of their country? Or will the commies win? Well, say what you think in the comments. Bye, guys! But not until you subscribe. And that's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out!